It is now streaming live on Facebook.
Did it pop up?
Yes.
Yes, it did.
Okay, that's a good sign.
It did.
Now you can stay there. Say hi to everybody.
He's going to go away before we talk, though, right?
Oh, yes. Yep.
Inclusive Theater presents.
Oh, look it.
His name is Teak. He's Teak the turtle.
Teak the turtle.
And he likes to tell tales.
Oh, you're a mess. I'm going to mute him. Very special thanks to Michael Finelli, who is the playwright and also one of the directors this week, for Ruth and Slogans. We're really excited to be able to perform his work tonight. And to all the talented directors and actors who have worked so hard the past couple of weeks, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's so exciting to see this come to life after watching such hard work. So without further ado, I will turn over things to Jessica and Queen, who are the directors of the first show tonight, which is Ruth. Enjoy.
Hi, our first show is Ruth by Michael Finelli, directed by Jessica Levesque and Queen Robinson, and starring as Ruth is Darlene Pickering Humbert, and as Enrique, we have James Abercom. Scene: time is on or around the death of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the center of political demonstration, signs, noise, and chanting. Ruth is sitting in lotus position. Enrique, carrying flowers, pushes through the demonstrators.
These are for you, Ruth.
How did you escape all that pushing and shoving? I've been watching the riot. It's ghastly.
I think I'm all right. Take these flowers.
Oh, these are lovely. Yes, I wanted to do something, but I can't.
They grow wild. I found them in a parking lot.
Do I know you?
Yes, you do. I was your law clerk about 8 years ago.
I thought I only selected girls.
Well, you picked me, Enrique, a minority.
Oh, minorities. I love them too. Enrique Lopez, you had a devotion to copyright and trademark law. That was unique. What happened to you?
You wouldn't be proud. I advised the Chinese company to make confusingly similar Disney knockoffs. They weren't confusing enough. Disney crushed us. But now I'm protecting Ruth Bader Ginsburg from the forces of evil.
Well, I don't need protecting. How did you even know I was here?
Well, it's your wish. 5,000 demonstrators have put up a protective shield.
I just wanted to express an opinion like everybody else.
You're not everybody else.
And it was a fervent wish. Oh, I love wildflowers. These are Joe Pye weed.
Joe Pye?
You picked me flowers as common as the common man or woman, as wild as picket signs.
Flower to the people.
Enrique, you're hurt.
Oh, it's nothing. Non-lethal methods of physical restraint.
Well, you have a welt on your neck.
Oh, I was stabbed with a rubber bayonet.
And your temple is bleeding.
Non-lethally grazed by a rubber bullet. Not worth mentioning.
Oh, shameless.
You're safe, Madam Justice.
This has to stop.
You can't stop it. Your wish. A sanctified expression hovering in the air. May the next president choose your successor.
I take my wish back and return to the land of the living.
But it was fervent.
It's not worth an insurrection.
You have to let the people decide.
Did I say it was my final wish?
I think it was implied.
Final? That means...
You have to let your wish do your speaking, especially when it was fervent.
Then the full weight of my public record will stop the violence.
A wish is weightless. Although in time you might learn to ride the wind, public records take time to unearth, study, and the will to learn them. It will take years to strip away all their warrior training. A wish is magical. Your allies know its power. You should see their magnificent resistance. You must feel like they're not giving an inch.
They'll be overrun, and it will be my fault.
Madam Justice, they will keep you safe.
I'm not afraid for me, but for them. If I quote a decision or dissent I've written to bring peace.
You are one wish. An inspiring one, but limited.
Not originalist.
A wish is a wish.
No, it isn't. There are endless permutations when you consider the time and the place and the intentions.
You can't stop this demonstration. You started it.
They'll want to hear more from me.
Breathe, Madam Justice. The sweet scent of dissent is blowing away the tear gas clouds.
I know what those are. Flashbang grenades.
Non-lethal, but some people put them on their mouths.
Good God, why?
To shock the police into keeping away.
Oh, why are they chanting my dissents and not my majority opinions?
Because decisions are already decided.
Enrique, what if I decide to retire instead of dying?
Legally or in another sense?
I mean, walk out in protest. I'm entitled to decide my own case.
You're conflating the wish with the person.
I put a lot of myself into that wish. My feelings, my knowledge, my last ounce of strength.
The Republicans would take the seat anyway. They're saying that you're trying to escape death by stealing the future. You're a whisper. You must not fraternize with the demonstrators by any means other than inspiration.
Or what?
The balance will break and they will forget.
This is all so sudden.
You can't be anywhere else but here, under the protection of the enlightened.
RBG can't die at a time like this.
She lived longer than expected. Must have been those Kegels.
They were crunches.
I couldn't do them.
Her perseverance gave them false hope.
I would say it's a pretty strong hope, since the supporters are keeping law enforcement at bay. Your fervent... Bowman... Fervescence has rubbed off on them. Plus, it doesn't hurt to have come from an icon's mouth.
I'm not her last wish, am I?
Your supporters believe you are, and it should be the operational imperative.
It sounds like RBG is begging the Republicans for a favor.
She did them favors. She accompanied Scalia to the opera. Gave him credibility that he was human.
She used to make obscene gestures behind his back. It was an audience favorite.
Well, right now he's egging on the police. Where there's mindless allegiance to the rich and powerful, Scalia will be there, dead or alive.
You can't show weakness to those people.
Madam Justice, I have an admission, and I'm in need of help. In addition to the U.S. Marshals, the National Guard, the 82nd Airborne, the Federal Parks Police, the Homeland Security SWAT team, the Border Patrol, the Coast Guard Military Police, the Federal Protective Police Service, the Russian Polizia. There was immigration police out there.
Well, you're a citizen, Enrique.
I'm a dreamer. Can I stay here with you?
You're my law clerk, Enrique. You're the one who told me about this crisis. Of course you can stay. So, a dreamer. A dream and a wish. We're a couple of figments.
Actually, I'm a figment. You're more like a chimera.
A fire-breathing monster?
In a good sense. You strike fear in the hearts of your enemies, except they don't have hearts.
Must be because I'm fervent.
There's all kinds of spirits floating around the newly dead.
Oh, you, Enrique? What happened?
Not much to tell. The stormtroopers out there stampeded me. I fell on my head and bled out.
Oh, God.
Well, look who I'm spending a part of eternity with. I'm not sorry.
You're a wish, too.
Can a dream be a wish? I don't know. You're a master of nuance. I want to be a citizen.
Oh, you're already good, sacrificing, dedicated. You respect your neighbor.
If you say so.
Honorable, honest. That's what you need to be a citizen. A baptism of civics.
You were always good at explaining.
You were always a good listener.
I loved your dissents in particular.
Dissent doesn't win cases, but they thrive on hope. Maybe that's why we're still here. Dissent is in the air.
Is this the afterlife?
Maybe that's why we wish and dream. Not to be selfish, not to prolong our lives, but legacy. Let me tell you about Ruth's dissents. They came from anger, righteous anger, like a tuning fork that keeps humming after it's struck. No majority opinion has righteous anger. Well, Brown versus education, but that was a very long time ago. Those people outside chanting, they're angry. They're putting their lives on the line for a wish and a dream. There's nothing like dissent. We're at the place of righteous anger, ardent, honest dissent. Here, you will get your dream, and Ruth sees her dissents bear fruit. You know about her special dissent collar that she wore when she issued dissents? I will play with it like a frisbee.
The police are still there. Our supporters have faded away.
The police are fighting themselves. No one will steal your dream, Enrique. Ice is melting.
Oh, they're rolling Scalia in a blanket and tossing him in the air. Oh, again? Oh, again? Well, that could be fun.
He's not enjoying it. Oh, wait. There's a body on the ground.
That would be me.
Oh, they left you there. We have to say a prayer over the body.
Oh, no, he doesn't need it.
We'll bury it with dissents. Like flowers. You want to play a game?
What game?
May I?
Can we still have righteous anger?
Oh, yes, we can. Enrique, you may take one giant step toward the body.
May I?
No, you may not. You may take two visionary steps.
May I?
Yes, you may. and I will take 2 fervent steps.
What are you doing here? Whatever it is, no.
Miss Hopkins, it was open.
Mrs.
Sorry. Where's your,
Divorced. Know your neighbors.
I'm Emmett. I live,
You live next door on my left side.
I'm Shine.
On my right side.
Yes, the thing is that we are...
The ones writing on the sidewalk. Black Lives Matter and Blue Lives Matter.
Blue Lives Matter, ma'am. I need an R.
Black Lives. I need an R.
It's Wheel of Fortune.
Nice place.
It's a shithole. It should be condemned.
No, it has charm.
I have charm. I was scribbling notes for my blog. Now, the thought crossed my mind that maybe movies have it right. Maybe all those cuts, deep focus, and fades turn out to be the best representation of the real world. Watching my neighbors on hands and knees painting conflicting messages on their sidewalks don't mean a thing. 2 concurrent random events. Now you come to me demanding to use my property to rectify your mistakes. This is triviality, unfiltered, not reality.
I just need room for an R.
And you, Shine?
I'll pay you.
I'll double his offer.
My sidewalk is not for sale. But first of all, how dare you come in without wearing masks? We have a pandemic going on here.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
I can't talk in this.
Neither can I.
Well, say R.
I'm not sick.
Oh, your masks are loose. Here, have some tape. There you go.
What are you
Yep.
doing? What are you,
Shut off all avenues of infection.
I can't breathe.
Oh, it's psychosomatic.
how do I get this off?
You don't. It's gaffer tape. Permanent. You're in this together. Neither of you gets an R if you don't cooperate.
How much do you want?
I told you my sidewalk is not for sale. But if you pay me $1 trillion...
Here's $1,000.
That's right. He's a drug dealer.
Blue Lives is a criminal? I guess you're only human.
I collect bottle deposits. Can I loosen this?
You need a solvent.
Too effing tight.
Well, I want you to be uncomfortable. You're both suffering for your R's. And I'm a grand richer. Now, how do you know Shine deals drugs?
I do his taxes.
Business associates can't work this out?
We're not friends or anything.
Or anything? What's anything?
Neighbors?
You can't be neighbors. You don't live next to each other. I'm your neighbor. Neighbors don't barge into neighbors' houses making demands.
I'm only requesting.
Respectfully.
And bribing me, making me choose between Black Lives Matter and Blue Lives Matter. I don't know what that even means.
You don't know what's going on?
How can you not know?
It's the sidewalk.
Yes, it is. I sweep it, fill in cracks, shovel the snow in winter. I own it, but it's a public right-of-way. I have a personal right and a civic responsibility to maintain its integrity.
You took my $1,000.
You want your bribe back, Mr. Law and Order?
I just want to paint one R.
Well, what if I let you both write in your R's?
Not
him.
Well, why don't you start again and write smaller? You could easily fit it in on your side with a little proportion. You got too big for your own sidewalks, and now you want me to choose? Now, where were you when I had a homeless man living on my sidewalk? I fed him and gave him an umbrella. He was there for a month. You didn't see? Are you setting me up for some criminal scheme?
No, not us.
I think you have a good point with that idea about movies being more real than life. Videos are the new trend. Where can I find your blog?
Next, you'll be wanting the network password.
Give them hell is your network?
Oh, to sell drugs? You two have been sucking up my broadband for years. Now, give me your hands, neighbors. Black Lives.
What?
Now, let me see. I'll carve him in your hand. Now, hold him down. Come on. There. There's your R.
If that's the price of commitment to the cause.
Well, naturally. Now you shine.
No.
I'll hold him.
Yeah,
I'll definitely hold him.
You got your R's now.
What the fuck?
And just press them against the sidewalk while they're still bleeding. More compelling than writing in wet cement. It'll be harder to beat me up now.
I came in peace.
Well, it doesn't hurt to suffer for your belief.
Oh, suck it up, Shine.
Well, his hurts more because I cut the R facing outwards, the way he wrote his slogan, facing the street. And it looks upside down to me. At least your slogan points this way.
I want the people out there to read my slogan. I already know what it says.
Well, he has a point, Emmett.
My sign is not to remind me. It's for this entire side of the street. This side has solidarity.
I'm on this side, and I support Blue Lives.
Well, I think you saw Emmett's slogan and did the opposite.
I thought I could get more bang for my buck with the other side. Their houses have higher appraisals.
Nobody tells me what to think. Your slogans make no sense because they're incomplete. Now, if I give you your R's, people will see my blank sidewalk and think I stand for both. Or nothing. I do stand for something. That blank sidewalk is my slogan, which means I make up my own mind. It means the same thing from both sides of the street.
I knew it. You're on his side.
No, she isn't. She feeds the homeless. She's a good Samaritan.
But she tortured us with her knife and the masks.
My cheeks are being pulled off my
I
skin.
can't breathe.
If you can't breathe, you can't talk. And I can think.
I really can't breathe.
I can't breathe.
You might die. I have the solvent. I will decide if it's worth your lives for me to keep my neutrality.
I need the antidote.
It's crushing my nose.
But you're infringing on my rights. If you believe in a cause, you have to lay it on the line. Well, both of you have put it in writing. That's something. And are you willing to be tortured for it? Are you willing to die for your cause? Am I willing to let you die for my cause? The highest of all principles, neutrality. Now, if I give in to you, I can never claim the high ground again. By the way, Emmett, you're right. Black lives matter. Blue lives matter too, but blue has let itself be used to suppress blacks, and it is time for your reckoning. Sorry, Sean, but I'm not talking about your causes. The scales of justice, you're constantly weighing one principle against another, the law and the man. Better than trying to balance justice, don't weigh it all. Scales are irrelevant. Oh. Don't worry, you won't die. Now, if I pulled those masks off and breathed in your faces, then you'd die. Yes, I have the virus. Not all breaths are equal. I'm a dead woman. I have 5 underlying conditions, including fastiness. COVID won't be neutral with me. Your underlying condition is that you believe in a cause, or at least a slogan.
Oh, God.
We won't get COVID with the masks on.
We'll suffocate.
I have the solvent in my pocket. It will solve your problem. One of your problems. You have more problems than you know. Oh, when I die, you can pick my pockets like I'm a homeless woman. Will you step over my body to complete your precious slogan? Put your bloody hands all over me? You know what? Here's the solvent.
Oh.
Now remove the mask, but don't come near to me. Do you even remember your slogans now? Oh, my smoke alarm. It's always malfunctioning. I don't know if there's a fire or not. It's not really safe when our houses are so close to one another.
I'll call 911.
I will take you to the hospital.
Well, and then you'll use my sidewalk instead of honoring me. Stay away. Just get out of my house. No, you can't ride on my sidewalk. Get the fuck out.
I'll shut the...
Nothing can stop it until it shuts off by itself. Now get out.
arm.
Get out.
Did you say I was right?
Yes. Black Lives Matter now. You can write one thing on my sidewalk, but not your slogan. Write this. She died for a clean slate.
Wow. You guys were miraculous. You were so great.
Fantastic.
That was really great.
And
Thank
we'll
you.
invite everybody who was involved in either show for this last tap, the last 10 minutes or so of questions if you're interested.
That was really excellent.
You need some Band-Aids for your hands. That's real blood.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
really
wait a
well
minute.
done by everyone. And the first obvious question is, have you ever done a performance with duct tape on your face?
I have not.
Oh, if anybody wonders, like, gaffer tape is like impossible to get off. So duct tape is like simple. It's simple.
Rip. Then half your skin.
So just a couple comments from chat. Janelle and Chris said, great job, everybody. And Matt Boyle said that this was very thought-provoking. So I will keep passing them along as they come in.
So going off of that, we have yet another play that's sort of representative of the times that we're living in now. So what was it like for you three to sort of act that out in a short 10-minute play?
For me, it was extremely intense because we had to get to the point really quickly. Like, there was no real building it up. It was like, bam, right in your face. So we just had to go at it. And then the three of us were just back and forth at it just the whole time. So it was, yeah.
Yeah. I would echo that. Obviously very well written, very thought-provoking, and just, it just goes right away from, it starts off very fast and it just stays at that pace for the entire time. And obviously the other two actors and myself really just kind of put some time in on this, and hopefully it showed up. But it was really fun to do with the four of us trying to really bring this piece to life.
definitely fun. Definitely a lot of fun. Great working with these guys. And of course, Finelli's writing is always so fun, and it's fun to listen to and it's fun to do because it's always a little different.
Oh, I had a ball working with these people. I mean, I just put words on a damn page. It's really nothing. It's really nothing until you have great actors. That's lifeblood. I mean, writing is one dimensional. The actors make it 3-dimensional and 4-dimensional and 5-dimensional. No, this is not easy. This kind of thing where you're sticking your face in the camera, and there's physical things going on with the tape and everything. And boy, you guys pulled it off. In addition to talking, this is a play that you can't do on a stage. If you think about it, it would lose a lot of things. So I think you guys are breaking new ground.
There you go.
Yeah, it
a
was
new
very,
genre.
Yeah, it was different. I said, I've never seen my face that close up before.
I do have a question from the chat. A number of people said they love the message of both plays, which is great. And I think this is your daughter who wins extra Christmas gifts that said it was terrific. Great, Mike. But Kate Olina said, I'm struck by how much in the first play I was focused on the words and how in the second I was filled with images. Michael, do you have an idea why that was?
Oh, because the one about Ruth, she's dead. So she ain't gonna do much. She's a witch. She's a wish. So we're in this ethereal world where really there's only thoughts. And there's a hint of, we couldn't get the sound of the riot and everything else, but things are happening outside, but these are two people floating around and talking, and then little by little they're getting smaller. But that's why that was my idea with the talking. With the second one, I just wanted to have a in-your-face buffalo, buffalo melee. People live close. People live close in Buffalo and get in everybody's face, and that's why that was it. Also, the compliments. One is talky, one was action. So I think they go together, and I certainly knew that. I wrote the second one first, so I knew I had one with action, and when Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, I had an opportunity to do a companion piece that contrasted with that. So, and I'm glad Matt Boyle is thinking.
Yeah.
Because I had no idea what I write about. I just that's why you're right. That's why you're right. You're right because to find out what you're thinking. And I don't know what actors think. I wouldn't. I had trouble with the introduction, and that's the sum total of my acting ability. I don't know what actors get out of acting. Don't all answer at once.
Oh.
Where to begin?
Yeah.
Oh, the words! It's just so fun to bring the words to life and give them a character and give them a context. Even if you just have a little bit of time to work on it, and even if it's in your own mind, to give those words a space and to express that and express everything that happened in this is just it was a lot. It was dense. It was great. It was a lot of fun.
Well, we only rehearsed like 5 times, just 5 times.
I think it was
And
3.
even though
Yeah, 4.
4, okay. So how do you do that? Even reading it, I mean, I don't think anybody, you didn't notice that you were reading it. You didn't have to memorize anything, but that was hard. That was hard.
Still have to be familiar with it.
Yeah, no. I am so pleased. Just to have a part of this, I am just so pleased.
Now you may never leave.
That's right.
Amy's got me. And I mean, God bless inclusive theater. I mean,
that's right.
Not many theaters
right.
are doing this.
I love it. Keep it up.
They're not trying, or they gave up, or this is unique.
Well, and as I mentioned just really quickly, this is our 20th event since March. We were doing a weekly speaker series that went on for 16 weeks and then reverted to a monthly reading series. And one of the things that we learned is that many of the folks that work with inclusive, whether, front of house or back, are immunocompromised, have difficulties that will prohibit them from joining the stage even once people get back to real life, right? Like, it's going to take some time. So it's been our, I guess, mission, if you will. We're committed to staying the course with this until we can all safely come back together as a unit. We're not going to leave anybody behind. So if that means we do this for the next 4 years and our actors have opportunities, we will do it the next 4 years, because that was why inclusive was started, to be inclusive of everyone, and
awesome.
That idea of not leaving anybody behind us.
Yay. Beautiful.
Just to piggyback off of that as we close out, I would like to thank all of you for being a part of the continuation of keeping the art going, keeping theater going, even in the midst of what we're going through with COVID and everything, and not being able to be on the stage with each other, to be able to sort of commit yourselves to us and this project and the art itself, to be able to spend a week or so and perform and a part of this group with us. So I definitely appreciate it.
You need a theme song.
Oh, you can get to writing that. I have a question for you from Matt Boyle.
Yes, Matt.
He wants to know, why did you make the Dreamer clerk a male in Ruth? Was there a reason? And then really quickly, we will soon have a donate button, Kate. We were using a GoFundMe, and we are working on updating that. So as soon as that's available, if you follow the page, you will see that. So thank you for asking. And also thank you to Kathy. This discussion is something we would not normally get to share. So thank you. No, thank you for watching and for helping us encourage the dialogue that's happening. So back to you, Mark Lloyd's friend.
Oh, hi, Mark, wherever you are. I'm gonna see him next week. So because everything about Ruth Ginsburg was she inspires girls. That's a big thing in her life. Inspires, young women, little girls to grow up and be that. So that was a big thing for her. And I wanted to put in, well, there are men who she inspires also. So that's why I put a male in.
Right.
Bravo, bravo.
Marvelous. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job.
Beautiful.
Fabulous.
Thank you so much.
Thank
So
you.
we have a lot of friends that have joined us on Facebook.
Oh,
A lot of
boy.
people saying hello. We don't have any questions just yet. There is a slight delay. So we have a few minutes to just talk before we start our second play. Oh, and there's Dallas, so I will turn it over to him.
Okay.
Hello, that was a very nice play. I was able to join in late and catch the second half of that. That was very well done by the both
Thank
of
you.
you.
Thank
I
you.
have a question for the
And there's
both of you.
Dallas, so I will turn it over to him.
What was it, even the recency of Ruth passing, what was it like to sort of go through this play and go through the script, being so close to the tragic events of Ruth's life?
Well, I can tell you it was extremely emotional, I have to say, because all of us here, had such respect and love for her, and how persistent she was, and how strong she was, and how passionate she was. So it's so recent, the death, that I'm just so honored to be a part of this, and I don't know if she saw it. I really hope she liked it. I wasn't interested in doing an impersonation of her, God knows, so that wasn't it. It was more her drive, her spirit, her kindness, her mentoring, and her joy, her joy of life, really. She had such a wonderful husband and life and family and career. So what more can you ask for, really? James?
I don't know if I can add to that. That was a real. I mean, that you summed it up so beautifully. I thought doing this play was also a really nice way to, because obviously then the night that everyone found out that she had passed, it's like there's just so much going on in your mind, and a lot of us were going through all these different emotions, that grief at losing this amazing person, and also just sheer anger at knowing how this was gonna be handled politically, and
Yeah.
and I think there's doing this play is a nice way to really vent that, especially for those of us who haven't really been able to express ourselves, in terms of like I haven't been able to do, this is the first any theater related thing I've done since March. So there's a sense of like I've been waiting to do something, and feels like a nice way to theater is just a great way to really get your emotions out there into all these different and I think this was a fitting way to do that. As kind of a rambling answer, but
No,
yeah.
I know, exactly.
And I think like we see theater and just art in general is a way that we can inform and also perform. And I think this was one of those that kind of does the same thing, where if you didn't know who she was, if you just knew the name, this play could give you a good sense of the kind of person that she was and what she stood for.
Oh, good.
Anyone else
Thank
got
you.
that kind of...
Well, that's Michael. That's Michael's writing.
Yeah.
And we had two wonderful directors that guided us through in rehearsals. And like James said, this is the first time I've been, it's Michael's writing. Oh boy, we got loads of repeating stuff here.
That's your playwright.
Anyway, it's been a long time since, and many of us have been on stage, on screen, whatever. So I was happy to be back at it, after so long.
And speaking of that, what is it like to not be on a physical stage for a while and to sort of do it virtually on Zoom like this?
Yeah, it's hard. It doesn't come, easily. That's why you have to rehearse, even though it's a reading. You really gotta We got to rehearse because it's a very strange format, forum, if you will, platform, and because you don't have that person in front of you in your presence. It's a square, and get used to it because we're doing a lot more of it. I mean, you saw what Alleyway could do with their film. C Marks at the Irish Classical, Kavinoki, Musical Fair, Road Less Traveled, just figuring stuff out. That's what artists do. We got a major problem here, but we're not going to run away from it. We're going to figure it out and keep creating.
Yeah, this is also not only is this the first time I've worked with Zoom completely. Like, this is my first sort of virtual, reading that I've done. I'm mostly done theater productions, so this is kind of a different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to essentially act. You have to act from here to here. You can't use your body like you normally would in a regular theatrical production. So it's just, you just have to work with different tools, and it can be confusing at times. And I'm not the most technologically, astute. So fair enough. But no, I enjoyed getting a crack at this kind of, actually I did really enjoy doing this. And I'm hoping, I hope I can do more of these kind of virtual readings in the future. Now, obviously, I would love for theater to come back at some point, but you just have to make do with what you got sometimes. That's how it is.
Yep.
So.
And you've done a performance with Inclusive Theater of Western New York, and as many of the Inclusive Theater of Western New York veterans know, once you're here, Amy will keep you here forever.
Forever.
Ever.
Because I love you.
Ever.
All out of love. All out of love. Let's hear from the directors. Are not so first-time directors anymore. This is now, I think, what performance that both of you have directed. Was it a little bit easier this time, or did you sort of get the hang of it this time?
I think that parts were a little bit easier, parts were a little bit more, because it is such a huge topic, and she just I think that we just basically was out there to try and impress her and just give her a love through honoring her. And the works of Michael Finale, he put it all in place. So I think me and just kind of ran with it, and we had two great people, and
Thank
you guys were the bomb.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, with this experience, it was a little bit easier, but the subject itself was very, deep, because everything was new, hearing about Ruth Bader's passing. So, it was a little bit of, I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but overall it did get better, but it was just the story itself that just, it's a lot emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of the story, we have the playwright also here with us. Michael Finelli is here with us. Thank you for offering both of your pieces. We'll hear the next one a little bit later. Can you tell us a little bit about the process of going through this particular script?
Oh, this particular one just came quickly. So I did the one that you're about to see because it's about neighbors, and Amy was looking for something about neighbors. And I wrote something, and I had written something else and adapted it. And then RBG died. And it's like, I got to do something, it's like, it just called for it. The spirits called for it. And I the whole idea of the wish, the fervent wish at the end of her life, almost like a soul just living, and so many things were going to happen to it. You know, like it was going to be politicized. Everybody knew the Republicans were going to jump on it, and yet he's a saint. Whatever secular or an idol or whatever, just a very special person in the world, and so much good feeling for her. And then so many people were going to use her. I just had to write something, and just maybe, you know, just for myself too. I write by feel. And that's kind of how I felt, and it changed a little bit. And I just wanted to put something down and have people think about it. And I'm sure there'll be full-length plays that win Tony Awards, and there'll be a musical with dancing. But you have to you know, you have to do what you have to do. So this went pretty quickly. Like, you know, some things take a long time to write. This one, two people speaking. Ruth Bader, she's a good person. So like, you know, she put words in my head. So that's how I came to write that.
Did we not get any questions from people out there in the cyberspace?
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet. No questions.
Just a lot of good wishes.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
All right.
Well, at least they did that. And I just want to say one last thing. Vote, please.
Yes.
Please get out there. Either early voting or in person or whatever the hell. I see these people in lines all over the Georgia, everywhere. These people, 8-9 hours standing in line. It makes me cry just thinking about it.